everyone. Thanks for coming to our Phillies pregame show this morning here at Banning Park at Frawley Field. I wanted to introduce a few people who are here today. First of all, State Representative Bud Friel. Thank you for being here. A guy who knows a bit about projects, transportation projects, fields. Thank you. In the last few weeks of his term in office, retiring until he runs for the next thing, I think. That's what we're looking for. You got a bright future, bud. A bright future in politics. Kate and Dan Frawley are here, the daughter and grandson of former Mayor Dan Frawley, after whom this field is named. So let's give them a round of applause. Thank you for coming today. Behind me, I have the Richardson Park Safety Squad. Safety Patrol. They're fifth graders who today are here to secure the facility and keep us all safe. Miss McNeil and Miss McGinley from Richardson Park Elementary have joined us. Thank you for being here today. There's also Tracy Searles, who heads Public Works, Marco Boyce, Bud Lockhart, Kendall Summers is here somewhere, I know, and the whole Public Works team that's worked very hard for a long time to make this possible. Listen, we started this project before COVID. So before COVID, we knew of the importance of fields and going outside and making sure there are active places that are well maintained. And of course, during COVID, we learned and saw firsthand how important that is to our physical, to our mental health. And certainly in the most challenging of times, we still need those fields. The field, even before it was reopened, we received tremendous demand from schools across our community and community groups wanting to use this field. So the demand for just getting outside to play among people young and old is very strong here in Newcastle County. It takes a tremendous amount of hard work and public investment to do this and do this right. And a lot of those people are here, particularly in our public works staff. I know it wasn't more than a week or two that went by when I wasn't giving Tracy Searles or Kendall Summers a call saying, where are we? Where are we? How do we get this going? They say if you build it, they will come. For those baseball fans, Field of Dreams. Here we're building it, and we're already seeing that they're coming. Football players, soccer players. We heard that before we even opened it, people were trying to jump the fence and come. I'm not encouraging it. I'm just saying that's what they were doing. So we're excited that our friends at Richardson Park are here today to help us kick off this wonderful addition to Banning Park. Denrec, is Denrec here? Thank you for being here. Bob? Bob, you mean? Thank you for being here and for your work. Without your partnership and your funding assistance, we wouldn't have been able to build this. To Bill Davis at Raybold, is Raybold here? Or Scott Parker at Verdonis. Scott, thanks for coming out. I mean, this was no joke. Building this through supply chain issues, labor issues, a pandemic. Your expertise was precious in making this field something that can last a long time. One reason we chose this is the maintenance costs are considerably lower with the grass fields, as anyone who's played it knows. I actually stood in that goal about, what was it, Kyle, 3-4 years ago? 2 years ago? And there was a regular puddle on both sides. I was hoping at halftime we switched sides and it would be better. And it was just about the same. There was a steady puddle, and it was the kind of thing, it hasn't rained in days, what's going on here. Players were getting hurt. So I know firsthand how important it is for you guys to design this right. The true heroes of this project are Tracy, Kendall, and Marco Boyce. The team has worked really hard. Their demands on our parks are tremendous, greater than ever. You're probably hearing about pickleball court demands. We just built a pickle palace in Glasgow Park. And now we have this. Next week, I think by the end of the month, is our groundbreaking on a Southern Park outside Middletown. So we're going to be brief. They need to get back to work. But thank you all for your support for this effort. It's going to be a place where kids can play, and I think we're going to inaugurate it with kids getting out there to play. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the woman who made this all possible, Kendall Summers.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here. Good morning, Richardson Park Elementary. Thank you for coming. This is very exciting for me. When I started in county parks 5 years ago, one of the first things that was said to me by our sports program was, we need a turf field at Banning Park. This turf field has been discussed for probably 20 years, and I'm happy that our team today could bring it to its final ribbon cutting and open it up officially. Banning Park, although it might not seem like it today, it's very quiet this morning, is one of our largest parks in our county system. It's one of our busiest parks in the county system. We host hundreds of sports field games here, and the 2 soccer fields out front are some of our most used amenities in county parks. So the turf field will allow us to host more frequent games without having to cancel for rain and weather events. It will allow us to extend the season to allow more teams to play on the field, and it'll just allow us to reach a greater audience in the county. So I'm very excited to be here today to finally say, Matt, the turf field's finished. I do want to thank Scott at Verdantis for the design work he did on the field. I want to thank Bill and Raybold for the construction portion of the field. Most of all, Marco Boyce, who is our park planner. He was our project manager for this project, and this really wouldn't have come together without his leadership. So thank you, Marco. And I'd be remiss to not thank Richardson Park Elementary School. I know they use our entrance in the morning for pickup line at school, so thank you for sticking with us through the construction. I know it was a little hairy getting in and out of here. So without further ado, because Matt says I have more work to do, I want to introduce Bob Eman from DENREC. He's with the Outdoor Recreation Parks and Trails program, who graciously assisted us with a grant to help get this project completed. Bob?
Thanks, Kendall. Thanks, everyone. My name is Bob Eman. I work for Delaware State Parks. The grant program that Kendall mentioned has been around since the late 80s. We've helped Newcastle County with about $4.5 million worth of investments over the years, from acquisitions at Middle Run and Camp Wright, and development projects all around the county, with Glasgow, especially with the Sensory Playground, as well as the skate park there. But this is an exciting one. As Kendall mentioned, it was desperately needed when the application came in, and I have one of the legends in our park system, Clyde Shipman, passed away last week, but he was on the review committee that looked at this project. And when somebody questioned whether or not the turfing this field was a maintenance versus an improvement to the park, we looked at the aerials, and Clyde Shipman said, "Yeah, that park is used. Look at it was absolutely dirt, as Matt pointed out. Between the goals, there was just a dirt stretch all the way the entire stretch of the soccer field. You can't play on dirt, especially after a rainstorm. So we're just excited to be a partner with the county. One of the things for comparison purposes, we manage 17 parks on 26,000 acres. The county manages about 6,000 acres, but 250 parks. And I just cannot get over it. I'm just amazed at the logistics of managing 250 parks with programs, activities for everybody. And here's another opportunity for people to enjoy the outdoors. One of the requirements of the program is that this park will remain as a park in perpetuity, and we are committed to making that happen. And I'll leave you with a sign, Matt, that make sure that we acknowledge the program, that we've helped out the program, but we look forward to working with the county on future projects as well. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Bob, for your partnership. I don't know if there's anyone better to represent intergovernmental partnership in our state than State Rep Bud Friel. So come on up, Bud.
Good morning. First, I want to thank County Executive Meyer, his Public Works team, and DENREC for just a beautiful job. This field is fantastic. This happens to be Dan Frawley's grandson, also named Dan Frawley. And I can tell you from playing ball with Dan for years, he's about the same height and size. Dan and I actually played rugby on this field many, many years ago, back in the late 70s, early 80s. And it was a pretty rough field to play rugby on. But we enjoyed it. I will tell you one small story, being that it was so many years ago. We played rugby in the fall and the spring. So one summer we decided we were going to play soccer in the Newcastle County Soccer League. And we did. The only thing was at the end of the season they asked us not to come back the next year because we played soccer like we played rugby, and it wasn't well received. So I just want to thank everyone. This is just a beautiful, beautiful facility for these young people and for the community. I think anybody will tell you the best thing communities can have is parks and parkland. It makes them stronger, brings people back together, gets them outside doing things. So this is just a great asset, Jewel, for Newcastle County, for all the people in Newcastle County. And I thank you all, once again, County Executive Meyer and all the folks on the teams for making this happen. It's a beautiful, beautiful facility. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, everyone.
Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.